Finally, we're seeing President Joe Biden being called out for ignoring one of his grandchildren, not even acknowledging her existence, and is even requesting White House aides to also lie about the fact that he has 6 grandchildren. Well, he wants them to say he has 6. He actually has 7. Hunter Biden has a 4-year-old child living in Arkansas who is not being acknowledged by the Biden family. To me, this is just so cruel. This is just an innocent little kid whose grandparents are ignoring her existence.
It's about the lowest moral character move that you can absolutely do, especially as the most powerful person in the world, afraid to admit that you have a granddaughter. But what's even more evil is imagine being Navy Biden, and your grandfather is the president of the United States. There's nothing more to be proud of than that. And they won't even acknowledge you. It's something out of like a horror movie. If Hollywood wrote a movie like this, if Hollywood wrote this movie, people would say, oh, this is impossible. This is fake. The media would never give a pass to a president that has a grandchild he won't acknowledge. So the sad part is these are monsters that lie to their own family. So if you think that you can trust them, think again.
Well, I think it really does speak to the character of these people, because even if Hunter Biden doesn't want to acknowledge this child, and he had to be dragged kicking and screaming to court to provide financial support for his child, even if your son is a deadbeat dad, it doesn't stop a grandparent from being involved in that child's life. And for the family to... And President Biden consistently talks about his grandchildren. Just recently, I remember he was talking to the media about how he speaks to his grandchildren every day. So it's not an issue that is off limits, something he talks about, and yet this grandchild has been vanished. I just cannot get over the cruelty of it. And when you're in the White House and you don't even, for the sake of appearances, want to appear to be kind. Alex, I'm lost for words. I really think this is an issue that if any other president was behaving in this way, it would be a consistent topic of discussion.
Could you imagine if this was the same thing for Donald Trump? He had a grandchild that he wouldn't acknowledge. But listen, they may not want to acknowledge that. But I'm saying, Rita, they don't acknowledge it because the mother is supposedly an adult dancer. I think Hunter met her at a strip club out of Washington, D.C. And let me tell you something. Her being a stripper is more admirable than anything Joe Biden has probably done for America in the past 20 years. So I'm not pro-stripping, but I'm just anti-Joe Biden.
Well, yeah, I don't care what her mother did. And yeah, you're right. There's nothing wrong with that. And, you know, if they want to sit in judgment of the mum's occupation, I mean, have a look at what Hunter Biden's been up to for the last 10 or so years.